and we're glad to have you here with us today on the Q. We missed a week, Coach.
Yes, we did.
And just a little bit strange to have to start all over. But, hey, we're glad to have you here. We are glad to have Lakefront TV here with us. You can watch this show on Thursday at 6 p.m. at Lakefront TV at Prism HD 1021, Prism 21, Comcast 22, Spectrum 497, your Roku device. Download the app to your smart TV. Click on Discover Videos, and then click on the third icon. It says Lakefront TV. Or you can watch it live at lakefronttv.com. And glad to have Coach Oates here with us today. Jason, take it away in there, my friend.
Yes, sir. I got to say, though, last week, or I say last week, but it's been, 2 weeks?
2 weeks ago, yep.
2 weeks, the coach's show was pretty good. You did a real good job stepping in.
Thank you.
We couldn't be here. We were in chaos. We're getting ready for the storm, and
right.
I'm glad that everybody's okay.
Well, thank you, because all that was from the hip.
It was good. But I enjoyed listening to it.
Thank you.
Catch the recap on Lakefront TV every time it comes out. And
I appreciate you calling in on Red Zone Radio Saturday.
Yeah.
Coach, you too. I happened to be here this past Saturday. I got Coach on the phone, and he was able to call in, and we were to talk. And my number one concern was when the kids came back to school, how many push-ups and how many miles they had to run.
Oh, yeah.
How many whistle drills?
Whistle drills.
No whistle drills yet.
No whistle drills, huh?
Maybe today.
You tell them it's for the Q.
I'll tell you what.
Gotcha.
My first practice that I went to, they did this whistle drill thing. They run, blow the whistle, get down, and turn around and go back the other way. Same deal, up and down the field, and it was just. I was like, I'm glad I'm not playing football no more.
Dallas loves the whistle drill.
Coach, I really don't, Coach.
All right, Coach Oates, if you want to introduce the gentleman sitting next to you and what is his position on the Yellow Jackets.
This is the very lovable and handsome Dallas Clark.
Somebody get Coach some glasses.
He's got them. I think he took them off to make that statement.
Dallas is our starting center on the offensive side of the ball, and he plays some defense at nose tackle and some defensive end. He's one of our seniors, one of our few seniors. So Dallas does a good job for us.
Before we dive into the last game, it's been, 11 days, you said, Dallas, since you guys actually touched the field?
September 7th.
With that being said, do you guys condition yourself whenever you're not at school, or you just took this time to relax and the coach is shaking his head?
No, there's a couple of us, we go to the gym,
Okay.
Stuff like that, but I don't know if everybody does.
Right.
I know there's a handful of us that we go together, like Justin Shertowski and Wyatt Rector, me.
Awesome.
A couple of us, we go work out together.
At your position, center in high school, define that compared to, once you hit the next level, the center is almost as important as a QB in a lot of aspects. Do you have that role as a high school center, or is it really not that in-depth on your level?
Well, our offensive line coach, he wants me making calls, blitz calls, stuff like that, but not as much as, next level type stuff,
Right. Now, do you prefer offense or defense?
Oh, I've played offense all my life, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I've been playing center since, Pop Warner.
Right.
It's something I've been doing. And I play defense every once in a while, but, I like it, but offense is where I
feel more comfortable?
Yeah, yes, sir.
So, how long have you been on the Yellow Jackets, in the Yellow Jacket program?
Well, I played Pop Warner for Leesburg, and then I went to Wildwood my 8th grade year.
Okay.
And I played for them in 8th grade and 9th grade year. And then I came back over my sophomore year and been playing here ever since.
Is it a big trend? Is this your first year playing on a defensive side of the ball? Or in Pop Warner, did you play both as well?
It's my first time playing this much.
Okay.
I've been, got goal line type stuff, what I normally went on, because I'm a bigger kid.
Right.
But
and it amazes me because you said you got an injury, and you said it was in the Citrus game that you got injured?
Yes, sir.
As a center, you said you broke your wrist, right?
Yes, sir. It's fractured, yes, sir.
How hard is it playing with a fractured? Because you got to put weight on that, don't you?
Yeah, something like that, a little bit. But, it sucks, but it's my senior year.
You don't want to miss any more games. You missed against South Something,
yes,
correct?
Sir. Yeah. I'm kind of kicking myself in the butt for that one, but
you guys won though.
Yeah, that's why.
So that might make you feel low.
See, I knew he was gonna do this.
How is it playing with Wyatt? Did you play with Wyatt in Pop Warner?
Yeah, not as much. I more played with Quentin Peoples. I was up a weight class.
Okay.
But I've known Wyatt for a while, and we kind of friendship, stuff like that. Just kind of it's easier when you know somebody like that.
You got chemistry.
Yeah.
How long have you been starting center for Leesburg?
Since sophomore year.
Since sophomore. Wow.
Yes, sir.
So you're acquainted. I mean, coming in with the new coach, obviously it's a whole different system. From not really.
No, I mean it's not that it's a different system. I'm used to having newer coaches.
Oh wow.
I've been moving around a lot my whole life. I've been having different coaches all the time. I adapt quicker, and I mean blocking schemes are blocking schemes.
It doesn't
told
really
what to do.
Really change much with the type of offense that Coach Oates has brought into.
Actually, it's a lot easier with the stuff he wants us to do. It's more direct. It's easier for us to get done what we need to get done.
Right.
But
how is it from your perspective with a quarterback like Wyatt? He's got next level offers. He's going to Virginia as of right now. How has it been playing with the person that's going to that next level?
I feel like it kind of pushes everybody around him to try to get to that level, But we're working towards getting to there when he's already there.
Right.
We can kind of take pointers what he did, follow kind of. But
how much of a leader is he to this team?
He's very vocal at practice and during games and stuff like that. He tries to get everybody right and tries to make everybody get there, that mindset where you need to get into to do what you need to do. That's
awesome. Relive, compared to this last game, and you missed the first game, obviously.
Yes, sir. Came
back against Eustis, correct?
Yes, sir.
What did you see offensively was some of the struggles that you guys had? Early, I mean, you went into the half, it was 22-14, I believe the score was. First half, it was 11-0. What were they giving you that was kind of disruptive, especially second half? First, I'm just speaking to the first half now, and then I'll.
You mean the Eustis game?
Not Eustis against Eastridge.
Eastridge. It's just I don't know. I feel like our minds weren't there.
Right.
We had good pass blocking and stuff like that, but our run game couldn't get going.
Right.
And we're just not. It's the O-line. We're not getting around to do what we need to do. We're not fast enough to get out there, or we are fast enough. We're just not doing it.
Soon enough. It seems like this. Can you feel it? Being on the field compared to watching it, obviously it's different. Do you feel the slowness of the offense to begin with?
Kind of sluggish, you mean?
Right.
Yeah. That's what we need to do. We need to start coming out like we come out the second half.
Right.
We need to start coming out the first half that way. That's like what Coach said. You just need to. We're not there. It's like we're not awake.
Right.
We're waking up, but if we get out there the way we need to the first half.
Because you guys marched the ball down the field quite a bit in all three games.
Yeah.
It's just, to me, a spectator, obviously, the first half, it just seems to be you got to get down to get up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And with an offense like Eastridge showed on the field, they're very dynamic.
Yeah.
And they can score a lot of points.
Yeah.
And once you get down to a team like that, it's a lot harder to fight out of.
You got to crawl out of a hole, it seems like.
On the coaching aspect of it, what does it take to you to change that philosophy of starting out slow? I mean, how do you get the mindset from the first whistle, I need to be?
Well, if I had that answer,
that's
we wouldn't
kind
be
of
in the boat we're in. But we're going to change some things up this week in pregame. We're going to actually take out the individual sessions that we normally do, and we're going to have a mini scrimmage before the game to get the guys warmed up, and maybe that'll get us off. As a coach, you get a lot of coaches, they'll say they had these great ideas. Usually it's hit and miss, trial and error.
Right.
So, in my case, coming into coaching kids that I didn't know, I'm still getting to know them. They're still getting to know me. So I'm just trying to find the button to push. So we're going to try something different this week and see if that works for us.
What is it going to take, and he alluded to it, getting the run game as a major component, or at least to help the passing game's there in a lot of aspects. You guys can score, you guys can move the ball, but I think it becomes one-dimensional, especially when the run game is not there. You know what I mean? What is it going to take to get that? because you changed the offense a little bit from the first game to where it's at now. There's not a lot of wishbone formations and stuff like that. It's I formations. What is it going to take to get the running backs more involved in the game plan and executing to, help the passing game going forward? What do you think is the answer?
We've simplified things going into this week, but it comes down to what Dallas said earlier. Our offensive line hasn't been executing in the run game, and our running backs haven't been blocking for each other, and they haven't been running hard. And those are two things that have to get fixed. So this week, we're making a definite effort to run the ball more. We've simplified it, try to take out some thinking, and just so the guys can go out and be football players. So we definitely want to run the ball this week.
Do you have a younger running back core there now?
No, actually, my running backs are pretty much all juniors.
Oh,
so it's not a deal with age. But one thing that a lot of people need to understand with this team, if you take away Wyatt, the rest of the team, they're used to being supporting actors.
right.
There are no leading men.
Well, I see what you're saying.
And now they're in positions where they're being asked to be the leading man, and that takes some time. But as I've told you guys before, I mean, these kids are working hard, and they're giving me what I ask. I've just got to figure out as a coach what I need to do to put them in a position to succeed. So.
And I could see that from the sideline. I mean, they don't give up. Obviously, even down the points that you guys were down, that you were still moving the ball. The defense didn't give up. They gave up a lot of points, obviously, but they still fought through the game. And so I don't think it's lacking determination, obviously, because the fight's there. And you said you simplified the running backs, how they're running. Now, you said they're supporters with Wyatt, obviously. He was a majority of the offense in previous years. But how much do you think they need to grow in that aspect as far as the running backs and just knowing your offensive scheme? Because obviously they ran something different in prior years.
As Dallas said earlier about the blocking, in the system that we run, it's very simple.
Right.
I mean, it was simple in the beginning. I've simplified it even more. The problem we're having with running back, I personally coach the running backs.
Yeah.
And the problem we're having with the running backs is attitude. Those guys just have to become tougher. There's no pretty way to say it. We're not blocking for each other. We're not running hard. Everything they want to turn into a sweep.
Right.
But you got to stick it up in this system. This system, you have to be tough. I'm used to, back in North Carolina, I was blessed with big, strong, tough
bigger backs.
Running backs. I don't have those guys now, but I've coached smaller backs that were tough also. So basically my backs have to man up, and I'm not saying anything that they haven't heard before. They have to get tougher. They have to want to do it. So that's where we're at.
So is a lot of your attention now in practice more towards getting that running game going early, or are you still being able to touch on all aspects of the offense?
No, we devote the same amount of time to everything every day. But I've met with my backs and explained to them the importance of us developing a running game. A lot of people try to put all the blame on the line. They're not blocking. A lot of times the line is blocking, but we're not hitting the hole. And
right.
We're not blocking for each other. As a running back in the system, you can't be selfish. And I think we've had some of that. And we're going to get it corrected.
How many active running backs do you have on this team?
As far as halfbacks or tailbacks, as we call them, 3 that are in the rotation. There's about 3 more that are there if we need them. But I'd say 3.
Awesome. And watching the game, it looked Wyatt had 2 more interceptions this week.
Yes.
Is a lot of that just you're getting down, obviously, on the scoreboard if you're paying attention to it. Is a lot of that just forcing the ball and trying to make something happen? Or what – can you speak to what's happening there? Because this is 5 in the last 2 games, interceptions.
What's going on there is Wyatt has to make better decisions.
Right.
And one of the things an area that he needs to improve in is he likes to stare down receivers. And we're trying to get him out of that because – on the next level, that's going to be a killer. So Wyatt has to play better. And at the same time, and this is, again, I've told him the same thing. He's definitely got to play better. But at the same time, a lot of the success we've had, we wouldn't have had if
without him.
Without him. So
Right.
I'm not bashing him. But at the same time, I told my guys, you have to be accountable. If you're going to stand there and let somebody pat you on the back, you have to stand there and let somebody kick you in the behind.
Right.
And he's got to play better.
And do you think a lot of that is him being used to or being forced to, in a sense, to keep this team going? A lot of the roles that he's played in previous years is he was the guy. Is it a lot of it trust in the players around him now?
No, I think it's more of a deal where myself as coach I haven't put enough pressure on him, and we're going to start getting A.J. Graham more
Right.
reps in practice. Wyatt is human, and I think he's gotten comfortable knowing, okay, I'm the quarterback.
Right.
So we need to put some pressure on him and let him know that, you got to take care of the ball, just like the running backs. If they fumble, I take them out. So this week, my goal is to actually, in the game, play A.J. some and let Wyatt know that, hey, man, if you don't get it done, we got another guy sitting
Right.
here waiting. So
What does AJ give you different skill set wise than Wyatt does? Because I watched when he came in, they went down and scored a touchdown. Is he more of a speedster running wise? Because Wyatt's got wheels too. Does he offer something different whenever he's in the game compared to when Wyatt was in the game?
A.J. is not the physical specimen that Wyatt is.
Right.
But I think A.J. has better pocket presence. I think he's more comfortable in the pocket, feeling pressure.
Right. We'll get back in the second segment of the show.
All right, this is the pregame coaches show brought to you by Bill Bryant, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, and we're glad to have Lakefront TV here with us. You'll be able to watch the show on Thursday, 6 p.m. on Lakefront TV at Prism HD 1021, Prism 21, Comcast 22, Spectrum 497, your Roku device, or at the website of lakefronttv.com under the Watch Now in the top right corner. We're going to take a couple minutes break, and we will be right back with more. Don't touch that dial.